Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, my name is Josh, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the American Express Business Green Card. So I'll be going over the main features of this card, its pros as well as its drawbacks. So hopefully by the end of this video, you'll have a much better idea of whether or not this card is a good fit for you. But before we go ahead and dive into the main features of this card, if you wouldn't mind helping me out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Plus, if you would like to receive up to $200 in free stock in a pinned comment below, I will be leaving a link to Robinhood. All you have to do is once you click on that link is just sign up for a free account and then simply link your bank account. You do not even have to make an opening deposit. At that point, Robinhood will be sending you one free stock worth all the way up to $200. Okay, so diving right into the main features of the American Express Business Green Card. First off, we're going to be talking about points and how you can earn them with this card. So you will be earning 2 points per dollar spent at amextravel.com, and then on all other transactions, you will be earning 1 point per dollar spent. Then with this card, there's also going to be a welcome spend bonus as well. So if you go directly on their website right now, more than likely you are going to see that spend bonus is 15,000 points, which is going to be worth right around $150 in travel, as long as you're able to spend at least $3,000 within the first 3 months of having this card. Now, typically they have an even better offer than that. So like for example, if you go in incognito mode or maybe switch your browser, you might see they offer something even higher, a targeted offer of 25,000 points, as long as you're able to spend the same amount, the $3,000 within the first 3 months. And some users might even be able to find something even higher. So with that said, I would definitely search for something even higher than the 15,000 points. Make sure you're getting at least the 25,000 points, which once again, you will be earning as long as you're able to spend the $3,000 within the first 3 months. Now with this card, you're also going to be receiving some other benefits as well. So just for an example, with this card, just like other Amex cards, there's not going to be a preset spending limit. So unlike a traditional credit card, where you might have like a spend limit of like $5,000 or $10,000 for an example, this card does not have a preset limit. Instead, it gives you the ability to unlock more purchasing power as you use this card. So the amount that you use this card and other factors such as your payment and credit history is going to determine your spending power. So you're not going to be limited to like $5,000 or $10,000 like you are with other cards out there. Instead, you're going to have unlimited spending power depending on your payment history, how much you usually spend, your credit history, and things like that. So now that we went over the main features of the Amex Business Green Card, at this point in time, we are going to go ahead and dive into the APR and fees, because of course this is also super important as well. So starting out, your purchase APR is going to be anywhere between 19.49 to 28.49% based on your credit worthiness. Then with this card, there are also going to be some fees you'll have to look out for as well. So starting out, you will have a foreign transaction fee of 2.7%. With other cards out there, they currently have a 0% foreign transaction fee. So if you do happen to travel abroad, more than likely you will not want to take this one with you. And instead, you might want to take another card by Amex that does not have a foreign transaction fee, or another credit card, maybe one by Capital One, because Capital One credit cards typically do not have a foreign transaction fee. Now, along with that fee, you're also going to have a late payment fee with this card. If you happen to pay late, you'll definitely want to avoid paying late, because if you do, you're going to have a late payment fee of either $39 or 2.99% of whatever your balance happens to be, whichever happens to be greater. So you'll definitely want to maybe set up auto pay, mark your calendar, do whatever works best for you. Make sure that you are absolutely always paying on time and in full. That way you do not have a late payment fee. You don't have to pay any interest. Also with this card, there's going to be a return payment fee. That fee is $39. And finally, the last fee with this credit card is one you will have to pay on an annual basis. The annual fee with this credit card is going to be $95. So obviously, every single year, you are going to have to sit down and evaluate whether or not you're getting at least $95 in value, or even more than $95 in value, to make it worth paying $95 for this card. So now that we went over the main features of this card as well as the APR and fees, at this point in time, we're going to go ahead and dive into what I would consider to be the best things about this card, and the worst things about this card. So we're going to start out with the good things. The first good thing, of course, is that welcome spin bonus. Once again, if you go directly to their website, more than likely you're going to see the offer for just 15,000 points if you spend $3,000 within the first 90 days of having this card. However, if you go into incognito mode or search for a referral link, you more than likely are going to pretty easily stumble upon the 25,000 point offer. That's going to be $100 more in value. So I would at least go for that, maybe search for something even greater than that. Also, another pro of this card is the fact that you're not going to have a preset spinning limit, so your spinning power can potentially be unlimited depending on certain factors, again, like your credit history, your payment history, how much you typically spend, things like that. So those are the best things about this card. As far as the drawbacks, unfortunately, we have a lot more drawbacks than what we do as far as the good things go. So the first drawback is the fact that you're probably only going to be earning 1 point per dollar spent on most transactions with this card. In fact, you're only going to be earning 2 points per dollar spent on transactions at amextravel.com. So the majority of your transactions, like at the grocery store, the gas station, at retail stores, you are unfortunately only going to be earning 1 point per dollar spent, which is really on the low end. With most cards out there, you can earn anywhere between 1.5 to 2 points per dollar spent. And with this card, they don't even have annual fees with them, which brings me to the second drawback of the fact that this card does have an annual fee of $95. This is a card, really, if you look at the features, probably should not have an annual fee with it, which brings me to another drawback. You're not going to be earning any credits like you are with some of the other Amex business cards, like with the gold card or the platinum card, where you're earning a lot of the perks. So you're not receiving like a Grubhub credit, you're not receiving like an Uber credit, you're not receiving any travel benefits or anything like that. And lastly, another drawback of this card is the fact that you're not going to have like an introductory APR on your purchases. So with other cards out there on the market, you see that they're right now offering like a 0% introductory APR on purchases for, say, like the first 12 to 18 months. With this card, you're not going to have that option. Right away, you're going to have to pay your card off in full in order to avoid paying interest. And on this channel, we always recommend to pay your card off in full anyways, but it's still nice to have that perk. And with this card, they don't really offer any perks like that. You're not going to be getting any travel credits. You're not going to get like an Uber credit, Grubhub credit, a Clear Plus credit, or anything like that. Pretty much all you're going to be getting is that welcome bonus of 15,000 to 25,000 points, potentially even more than that if you spend the $3,000 within the first 3 months. So just to sum things up here, all in all, even though it isn't the best card out there, it is one that I might recommend just for having the first year, because right now it is being recommended that you start out with the green card before climbing to the gold card, before climbing to the platinum card. You have to go in that order because they say that if you get the gold card first, and at that point you can't go backwards to the green card. So if you just want like the welcome bonus of the 25,000 points, you could go ahead and eat that up and then move on to the gold card after that, get the better perks and the better bonus at that before moving up to the platinum card. So that might be my only recommendation. Start out with the green card if you want the points, but just know that on year 2, it's more than likely not going to be worth paying $95 for that annual fee. But at the end of the day, of course, it's going to be completely up to you. But that's all we have for today's review. I certainly hope that you enjoyed and found value out of it. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate if you could give this video a like. Consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.